Hello, my dear students. Starting with the answer key of poem A Sea of Foliage. So, starting with understanding the poem, answer these questions. So, first question is this poem describes a garden at two different times. What are those times? How do you know? दिस पोएम डिस्क्राइब्स अ गार्डन एज सीन इन द मॉर्निंग एंड एट नाइट. कौन सा दो टाइम बताया है इसमें? एक मॉर्निंग का और एक नाइट का. वी नो दिस बिकॉज द पोएम डिस्क्राइब्स द डिफरेंट शेड्स ऑफ ग्रीन विजिबल इन द गार्डन. These different shades from light green to grey to deep green can be distinguished only in daylight. The poem also describes the sight of the moon visible through the bamboo trees, which is a night scene. ओके ये पूरा मतलब पोएट ने क्या किया था इस पोएम में, पोएम को दो चीज़ों में, दो टाइम में उसे डिफ्रेंशिएट किया था. और वो दो टाइम कौन से थे? डे एंड नाइट. तो यानी दिन में हमें पत्तियां किस तरीके की दिखाई देती हैं और रात में किस तरीके से दिखाई देती हैं, उसके बारे में पोएट ने डिस्क्राइब की है पूरी पोएम को. Now coming to question number 2a, a sea of foliage but not a sea of dull unvaried green. Question number A is why is the foliage compared to a sea? हाँ, foliage को sea से क्यों compare किया? There is so much foliage and greenery in the garden that it looks like a vast green sea. हाँ, क्यों बोला? क्योंकि बहुत ज़्यादा उसमें ग्रीनरी है जिसके वजह से वो पूरा का पूरा सी की तरह दिख रहा है. नॉर्मली अभी जो हम देख रहे हैं ना बारिश के मौसम में, पूरा का पूरा एरिया, पूरा का पूरा जंगल हो, फार्म हो, सब जगह ग्रीनरी इतनी छाई हुई है कि लगता ही नहीं है कि ये ज़मीन है, बस ये लगता है कि ये तो बिल्कुल सी की तरह है. The different shades and levels of the foliage seems like the waves of the sea. हाँ, वो जो अलग अलग तरीके के शेड्स हैं वो ऐसे कैसा लगता है जैसे कि वो लहरें हैं समंदर की. Now coming to B, how is the sea not of dull unvaried green? Give an example to how the green varies. The sea is not a dull unvaried green because the foliage consists of the greenery of different kinds of trees with different shades of green or even other colors. The tamarind tree is light green whereas the mango trees are dark green and the seemal trees looks red. Okay, यहाँ पे अलग अलग ट्रीज के नाम बताए हैं जिस और उनका कलर भी बताया है कि वो अलग अलग किस तरीके से हैं. Now coming to C, what effect does the variation have on the garden and the speaker? The variation in the green color of the foliage makes the garden looks beautiful. It fascinated and pleases the speaker to look at it. Now coming to 3 question, why does the speaker consider Why does the speaker consider the scene among the bamboos the loveliest spot in the garden? What effect does this beauty have on her? The speaker considered the scene among the bamboos the loveliest spot in the garden because the bright moon looking through the dark trees appears particularly beautiful. The silvery light of the moon makes the white lotus look like a silver cup, and everything seems to look on a magical shade. This beauty of the garden at that time makes the speaker gaze at it in fascination, feeling almost dizzy with wonder. Coming to question number 4. The white lotus changes into a cup of silver. What does this mean? This line means that in the moonlight, the round white lotus seems to shine so that it looks like a cup made of silver. हाँ, कैसा लोटस का शेप जो है तो उसको पोएट ने क्या बोला है कि वो ऐसा लगता है जैसे कि कोई सिल्वर का कप हो. Now coming to appreciating the poem, palms arise like pillars grey. This is an example of a simile, a comparison of one thing with another, using words such as like or as the point to a particular quality. Which quality of the palms does this simile point at? So, answer number of 1A is this simile points at the tallness and the straightness at the palm trees. Coming to B, find another simile in these in the first stanza of the poem, explain it. What is unusual about this simile? Another simile in the first stanza of the poem is or. The quiet pools, the seamless lane, red, and starling like a trumpet sound. This means that the seamal trees lean over the quiet pool of water, red in color and presenting a contrast to the green around them. This contrast and difference may surprise someone looking at and around the garden, just as the sound of a trumpet can surprise or startle someone who is not expecting it. What is unusual about this simile is that it compares a sight to a sound instead of another sight. Question number 2. This poem asks us to look all around the garden, not only from one side to another, but also from high above to down below. How does it do that? This poem asks us to look around the garden from one side to another as it points at the different trees standing side by side from the tamarind to the mango to the seamals. It also begins by saying that the foliage surrounds the garden on all sides, so that to see the foliage we have to look all around. It then talks about the moon in the sky visible through the bamboo trees and goes on to describe the white lotus floating on a pool of water, thus making us look from the sky above to the ground below. Now, coming to question number 3. How does the poem tell that the beauty of the garden is almost unbelievable or unreal? You can choose more than one answer. So answer number A and C is the answer. Both you can take both the options. Okay. So here we have completed with the question answer of poem A Sea of Foliage. Thank you.